It's been nearly a week since the JNU violence and no arrests yet, but a very crucial press conference by the Delhi police today, where DCP Joy Tirke disclosed names of 9 people that they have identified as suspects. Remember, last Sunday, masked goons entered the JNU campus and started attacking students. Now, among those suspects is the JNU Student Union President Aishi Ghosh, who was also attacked brutally the day of the violence. So 9 students have been named in all. 2 are of right-wing students' bodies and 7 from left-wing student organizations. The police say they've identified these people using viral videos as CCTV footage from the server room was vandalized a day before. The revelation by the Delhi police has, as expected, lent to frenzied political back and forth, with the BJP claiming it vindicates their stand that it was left-leaning students who started the violence. Now, while the Delhi police has to actually validate their claims with a watertight case in a court of law, their conduct is under a cloud. Some answers still need to be heard. Like, for example, if the police is so sure of their findings, why no arrests yet? Is there a claim that Aishi Ghosh, who was brutally wounded in the attacks, was behind her own attack and harming herself? And why were police seen standing around ineffectually when students were being attacked on the evening of 5th January? Now, even as the investigations into the JNU violence continue, the fact is that the incident has galvanized people from across the country coming out in protest. The protests have gained popularity even as celebrities have shown solidarity with students. This week, the appearance of actor Deepika Padukone at JNU sparked huge debate and controversy. To speak about the impact of the celeb quotient in these protests, I'm joined now by filmmaker Onir, creator of My Brother Nikhil, and someone who's been a part of these protests as well. Onir, thank you so much for speaking with us on the show. Essentially, what does the presence of celebrities contribute in what is basically a student protest? Does it ramp up more attention or does it divert attention?
Honestly, I don't think it's diverting the attention at all, because whoever, public personalities who have supported the movement, it's very, very clear that it is a students-driven movement. I mean, that's the, bottom line of it. But at the same time, I feel that it is extremely important to empower the movement with voices of public personalities, of people who are influencers, to stand by the students and say that yes, we believe in you, we are with you, not trying to sabotage it by taking over. And I don't think anybody wants to do that. I think it is just saying that yes, we are with you.
For celebrities, they're often questioned when they have been turning up at these protests, Onir, saying that do they really understand the issues, or are they there just to jump on the bandwagon? Is this a photo op? Do you think that some people who came in were there just to be seen?
I feel that, there will always be a few people who might be doing it for photo ops, for anything, But I think largely people, celebrities or influencers who are talking about it or taking a stand are doing it very consciously of what they stand for, because they have a lot to lose. I think it's the other way around for people who are supporting it, because they have vested interests of what they can gain because it's with the government. The others have a lot to lose, if not anything. So even when people started talking about Deepika doing it for publicity of a film, I feel that it is ridiculous, because she has much more to lose as not only an actress but also a producer of the film, because there is so much of people, the minute you take a stand, the narrative that for whom it does not suit, they immediately start so much of negative publicity for you. So I feel that the people who speak up against the narrative that is supported by the government have a lot at stake. They know what they're doing, they know what they are speaking up for, and it is not out of ignorance that they're just doing it for some photo op. I don't believe that. I have a deep respect for people who are speaking up, because that is what a democracy is supposed to be, that you should be able to speak without fear.
The slew of protests and events actually in the last few months has divided society within families, within WhatsApp groups, within friend circles, to the extent that now people are seeing a political decision in whether to watch a movie or not this weekend. Has it also divided Bollywood or the film fraternity a lot? How do you see it?
I think the entire, what has been happening over the last 3 months, last few months, is polarize the entire society. It's not just about Bollywood, and Bollywood is a part of that society where people are taking a stance of, where they, what they stand for, what their ideals are, what, so I think it's not just about Bollywood. At the same time, I feel that honestly, a lot of this whole thing of boycotting certain films and all are just things that happen on social media spaces, and it does not really, you can see there are people who are for the movement, whose films have recently come out, and though there are calls of boycotting the actors' films, it does not affect the business largely. It is again sometimes which is over. I think there's too much of emphasis of boycotting and all that, and sometimes, of course, when it's supported by governments and authorities, it goes into protests or vandalizing cinema halls, but I hope it does not go into that space.
Yeah.
But polarization is something that is anyway going to affect because of this policies, and the film industry is a part of the same society, so there will be people who are speaking up and there will be people who are speaking for and against, and you can see the different standpoints that people are taking, and that is bound to happen. These policies are there to divide the society, and the industry is also a part of that.
Well, thank you, Onir, for speaking out and speaking with us today. Filmmaker Onir, they're talking on the involvement of celebrities, but he's made a point about speaking out, and that's interestingly something that former RBI Governor Raghuram Rajan also has said today in a social media post, talking about how the duty of citizens don't end on election day. It continues day to day, where we hold those in power accountable. I want to leave you with that thought, wish you a happy weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday.